The boldest.
Welcome to the exclusive of the Boldest TV show with me, your babe Esther Dominics, aka Esther Shine, of your favorite show, the Boldest TV show. And in the studio tonight, we have a special guest, exclusive guest, who is going to tell us about how the law affects the home front. How do we mean when you feel that you are the head of the family? Then you also know that there is a law that is higher than your law, and that is how it concerns the trending attitude of men beating, disfiguring, and killing their wives, all in the name of exercising their authorities as men, as the head of the family. So we have with me here in the studio our prestigious guest, Mr. Emery Ikiato. You're welcome to the Boldest TV show, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So how do you feel regarding what is trending everywhere? How your gender treats my gender, all in the name of exercising the authority. So as a lawyer, do you think it is right to exercise your authority to that extent?
Well, it is quite sad that some men have turned their wives into punchy boxes. The law is there. We have said it time and again that if your marriage is becoming something else and you think you can no longer bear it, I think it's best to walk away. But we must also consider the fact also that some of these women push these men to do some of these things. I'm not trying to make a case for men, but the case of justification might also come in, because provocation is one thing that leads to some of these vices sometimes. Not making a case for any man anyway. It's sad that our society has turned out to be like this, that people, every now and then we get to hear stories of a man killing his wife here, you move to another place, same story and all that. But we always pray and hope for the best. The fact is that killing somebody is a criminal offense, no matter the provocation. So there is no justification that will avail someone who has killed another. You cannot take a life and expect to be free. Now I'm not I don't want to say I'm a Bible person, but the fact is that the Bible says that a man should love his wife. So if a man loves his wife, I wonder why he will go to the extent of killing the wife. So by and large, I don't subscribe to the fact that sometimes when these things happen, people will now tell you that, look, it is the devil who pushed me and all that. No, a lot of persons are easily provoked. You cannot control your anger. I always say, for instance, that when you feel that your wife is being pushy or something, you can leave the house for some hours and then come back later, rather than engage her in fisticuff and all that. It is quite unnecessary. So for those, a lot of them have been convicted. A lot of them have been convicted and sentenced to death for murder, for committing such offenses. And for some of them who were able to prove that it was manslaughter, they were sentenced to life imprisonment. So whoever does that wouldn't go free, because especially when there are direct and circumstantial evidence. So there is no way they will go free.
All right, thank you so much, Barrister. You have made it clear to us that even from the Bible, even the Quran, and even in the law, there is no excuse to the fact that you killed someone, no matter what must have cost it. Thank you so much. And while you were explaining, you also mentioned some of the penalties of such acts. You mentioned murder will go for sentence to death, then manslaughter. Please, can you throw more light on manslaughter? Is it also a kind of murder or maybe a kind of beating? How do you mean?
Okay, now you have what we call culpable homicide. That is murder per se. And then you have manslaughter. Now, where it is shown that you set out to kill the person and it is proven by the state or the police, then you have committed murder. But where it is shown that what you did was led to the cause of death or whatever, or led to the death, but that it wasn't rather too intentional, then the charge of murder could be substituted for manslaughter. So murder, the offense of murder is punishable by death, while the offense of manslaughter is punishable by life imprisonment. So that is the distinction between murder and manslaughter.
All right, thank you so much for that enlightenment. Now we know the difference between a murder and manslaughter. Murder is intentional. Manslaughter could be the end result of your demonstration of anger, if I am correct. Okay, from the Bible aspect, you have already said it that you're not a Bible person, but I put it to you that you are a Bible person. Yes, so you to even remember that such thing exists in the Bible, then you are a Bible person. And for the your profession also permits you to be versatile in the Bible and in the Quran and any other religion, maybe traditional. So you are a Bible person. Now, as a Bible person, despite the fact that the end result of killing somebody or intending to kill somebody or disfiguring somebody has its physical punishment, which is what you mentioned, do you think that it is the right of the man? I mentioned this initially. We are talking about right. A man would tell you that I am the man of this house. I have the right to beat you. I have the right to send you packing. I have the right, I have the right, I have the right. And as we speak, for this whole thing to be trending, like as if they attended a particular meeting and everybody is there enforcing or implementing what they concluded in their meeting by killing. In fact, the recent one, apart from the video that we'll watch right now, the recent one is also a man who cuts off the hand of the wild. I understand. That is exercising authority. Can you help us to analyze this authority? Like, it is like they are misunderstanding authority. Women too, we are human. We feel angry. You understand? But maybe because we feel we do not have authority over a man, that is why we do not kill them. So I feel it's that authority they feel they have that pushes them to that extent. Please, can you help us educate them about a man's authority in his home? Authority.
Okay. Before I delve into that question, let me correct an impression.
Which is?
There are incidents or cases where women have also killed their husbands.
Intentionally or manslaughter?
Intentionally. Recently, I saw a video where a woman went and boiled hot water.
Okay.
Boiled water and poured it on the husband.
That was not intentional killing. That was to give a permanent impression that when you see your body, you will remember what you did.
What is intentional?
It's
that you took water, you lit the gas, you put the water on the gas, boiled the water and poured it. That's more than even intentional.
Him, not to kill him.
No, why will you disfigure your husband? If you are tired of the marriage, you walk away.
Just like the men too that would beat their wife mercilessly, not intending to kill them. But the wife will, at the end of the day,
I'll come to that. See,
it's the same thing.
Whether in religion, whether in the society, or whether by law, nothing gives a man that right to resort to self-help. Because when you now begin to beat up your wife on your own, that is self-help. It makes you a dissident or a renegade. It makes you someone who doesn't want to follow the law. I'm not trying to make a case for men. I'm only just trying to say that women are also guilty of this same allegations.
We know we are
whatever.
Guilty. Most times
now,
we trigger this.
Now
I'm talking about the authority you have certain decisions.
I will come to that. The man is the head of the home. And the Bible says that the woman must be submissive.
Yes, sir.
So in a case where the woman is not submissive,
you kill her.
No, I'm not saying you kill her. Okay. What do you expect from men who cannot control their anger? The Bible is very straight on that. You know, there's no dilly-dallying about it. Be submissive to your husband will love you. But when you tend to challenge him every now and then, how do you expect him to love you? The love will wane the love will die, and that is the truth. But for me, I feel that the best thing to do is to walk away. You either walk away momentarily and come back after some hours, or you walk away from the marriage to avoid a case of, if I had known, I would have done this or I would have done that. But nothing gives the man the right to beat up his wife. Nothing gives the man the right to throw out the wife's properties and all that. There are legal ways of doing this, legitimate means. You can go to court and ask for a divorce. If it is granted, fine. If you can't get a divorce because maybe you're still living together, you can ask for judicial separation. It is there. The law allows it. We have the Matrimonial Causes Act. We have the Marriage Act. They will guide you on what to do. Or you meet a lawyer, and then they will advise you appropriately. So, I do not subscribe to the fact that men should take laws into their hands.
All right, thank you so much. You are still avoiding that term authority. You're just using law. I don't know, maybe because you are in the legal line, you don't want to use that authority because there are words you use, like you rightly said. Most times the women folks, we trigger the anger to that extent. Like the video I put up on my social media platform recently, even while the man was beating the woman, she was still moving forward for more beating, right? And as she was moving forward, I am sure she would have been saying some things that will even increase the anger in the man. So that is correct. I will not say no, you're not correct. But the authority, you are turning it into law. You do not have the legal right. Authority is that word that triggers them. That is the word that makes them feel like they are the Almighty. I have authority. Who are you? But let's not go there. You have answered the question even when you refuse
talking about authority. Let me give you an instance. When the angel appeared to Joseph in the Bible, he said they should leave. I think the land of they should leave where they were. I can't remember now, and go to another land just to save baby Jesus. Joseph went to Mary and said, "Look, we have to leave now." Perhaps it was in the night. We have to leave now. We must leave this town right away. Now, I tell you, if it were some of these women of these days, they will start arguing. Why do you want us to leave? Where are we going to? Where do you want us to go? They will ask several questions, and at the end of the day, they will be caught up by those men that will be sent by Pharaoh. But the woman was submissive.
Yes, sir.
And they left immediately. But talk of these women today, say you kill me today, I'm not even here. You must kill me. You must kill me. Imagine somebody wishing to be killed, and when they get killed, people start complaining all over the place.
Okay. All right. This example, though, I'm not sure is really the best. Why? Because Mary was a special case. She was pre-informed even before she knew who Joseph was. So she knew her mission before she dived into it. So I believe if you already know your mission, you will be ready for it. So she was lucky enough to have that pre-information. Like you men, when you say something, even when the woman calmly say, "But why now?" You could feel, you asking me, you don't have the right. I say move. Even if the woman was to move with you, she would also want to know, but why? So when you say it, she will be like, wow, it's true, okay, let's move. Or she could suggest an alternative. And even when you insist, at least you have given her listening ear. But some men would not give the woman that listening ear. I say we should move. Why are you asking me questions? I say move now. When the woman says, okay, since you're authorizing me, I am not moving then.
So where is the submissiveness? That's what we mean by submissiveness.
Submissiveness is submissiveness. You men should learn how to calm down, how to reduce that power you feel you have by answering some questions that were politely asked by your partners. Honey, you said we should move now. Is there anything happening? What's happening? Okay, I will explain. It's not something I have to explain right now, but I will definitely explain. Can we move? I think every right-thinking woman will say, okay, submissiveness. But when you feel as a man, why will you ask me such questions? Like, are you okay? I say move. You don't even know the situation. Like, say, move. And she said, I'm not moving.
But you agree with me that most women will not subscribe to the fact that you're saying that you will explain later.
It depends on how you
say it. They want the explanation right there.
It depends on how you say it. You know why? If you watch this foreign detective films, movies, you will see how they lure in criminals to submit on your own rather than using guns to chase them. Even with guns, they will still be using the public address system, and they will be convincing you, nobody will shoot you when you submit yourself. We will free you, just submit yourself and tell us the truth. We promise we will not harm you, we will not do this. Only the criminal will just come out and surrender. They will so much convince you to get here. When they get you, they deal with you.
Those are movies.
I'm telling you, life is
Those are movies. They
but
don't
let's not
happen in
go into
reality.
this because of time. I want to thank you. The reason why I'm thanking you so much is that in your explanation, you have done justice to this topic, where you have told us that no matter the trigger, no matter what, a man shouldn't exercise his authority to the extent of taking life or permanently disfiguring the woman. Same with the woman too. So thank you, and also you made it clear the legal implication of such thing. But I think as a lawyer, can you sincerely, before we close, I guess this should be the last question, do you think that the law is actually doing justice? Are they implementing, are they carrying out the supposed justice in this matter so as to scare people from doing it?
Well, you will agree with me that I think in the whole of South, it was Comrade Adams Oshomole.
Okay.
He was the last governor who signed death warrants for people to be executed. So we have a lot of condemned convicts in our prisons. You know, the governors most times are not willing to sign death warrants, because I wouldn't know if the tone of your question is to that extent that they are not being executed. Now, the fact is that there are times or there are points where you get angry, and then I've seen people who got angry and they'll be like, I don't mind going to prison. I don't mind, you know. So it's not as if some others have not been convicted to serve as deterrent to other persons. But one thing you must know is that when this anger or provocation comes up, people are ready to lose anything, even their life or whatever. So you must also know that there are things that your wife would say to you and you'll be really angered and you'll be like, come on, whatever happens, let it happen. I want to die, I will go to prison, but I'll kill you first, and all that. So I've seen cases of that nature. I'm not trying to justify some of these things, but then that is the position. You know, a lot of men are in prison because they kill their wives. So also some women are in prison for killing their husbands. So we believe that ordinarily such cases should serve as deterrents to others who are still out there. But not much. It doesn't really tend to affect the way people live in the society, because they don't care about it. So when the provocation comes up, they just want to do what's on their mind, and they don't care.
And that is where people will now propose the jungle justice. And some areas are still implementing jungle justice. It
is often said that two wrongs cannot make a right. So people who are ordinarily supposed to be innocent people turn out to be, those to be convicted for murder. So it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't really make sense. I'm saying it because we are also the mouthpiece of the people, and this is what one of the things the people are proposing, since our law is weak. Pardon me for that, but our law is obviously weak, not just in this aspect, but almost in all aspects.
That some men have killed their wives in the course of self-defense.
Yes.
It's very easy for women to grab weapons, knives, cutlasses, clubs, even a gun. So when the man is able to overpower the woman and then kills her, then people begin to say also all manner of things.
You have cleared that now. When you gave us the difference between murder and manslaughter. Manslaughter could be not intentional, but at the end of the day, it resulted to death, all in the name of trying to do self-defense or to discipline this person. So that one has been cleared. Yes, we understand. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you also for your initial advice. You advised us like 3 times. You said, if you are irritated or you are tired of this whole thing called marriage, you get out of it. And you also gave us means of going out of it. You could divorce. There are terms you use.
Judicial separation.
Can you
have judicial separation.
Okay.
You could ask for a divorce.
Okay.
That's for the marriage to be nullified or dissolved.
Okay.
If you are still maybe in love with your husband or your wife, but you just want to be separated for some time, you could ask for judicial separation.
Judicial separation.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you have way out rather than staying put and either falling the victim of this whole thing. When you die, you die. There's no second chance after death. Thank you so much, Barrister, for coming. Sorry, I forgot. This is a man who is also known as Socrates. If you don't know Socrates, go and read your philosophy, read it very well. You will know who is Socrates and how does it relate to Nigeria. This is the Nigerian physical Socrates, and the name goes by, or the name tallies with his activities as a very, very hardworking lawyer. When you give him your case, you go to sleep, like you go and snore. When he's back, he wakes you up. Yes, that is what he's known for. Thank you so much, Barrister, for being on this show. You know, we do not know the difference between the traditional laws and the legal laws. So I think that when we have such opportunity here, people will be enlightened. So you will not say, I did not know. And the law will tell you there is no excuse for being ignorant. Thank you so much, Barrister.
Thank
you. I'm still here, your babe, Esther Dominic, on exclusive The Boldest TV show, aka Esther Shine. Thank you for watching, and see you same time, same station next week. I love you. Ciao. Good night.
The boldest. The